To the top right, we have our Terran player in red. It is a seasoned StarCraft 2 player. It is
Hack. Such a veteran. He's up against the newer Kespa player to the bottom left. Potentially 10 pulling here. He is.
Ace Team True.
He just didn't get the memo on the 10-0 board.
yeah.
It's not actually good. Sorry, True. Look at that. New undefeated shirt. Now it's blue.
I don't like the color.
It's like every single week there's a new 8th team shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a team jersey anymore. I think it's just an undefeated shirt.
Probably.
They're like, well, now you can have a blue one. Just wear it. It's like, oh, cool.
You know what the problem is for Hack? He is 0-6 in the last 6 matches, 6 maps that he played against. He lost in Code S to Stefano and to DRG without winning a single map here. And he also lost in the IGN Pro League Season 6 International Regional 2. That was a tough one. Against Dong Ragu, again, without winning a map. So this is a little bit tricky for him. In general, as you said, his matchup against Zerg is his weakest, with a 46% win ratio, roughly 60 games played. And he's facing an opponent who, well, as I said, has a 0% win ratio against Terran because he just played a single map against Terran in Pro League. He played against JYJ, and he lost the match. So we don't know anything about True's CVT.
The one thing that it is important to note, though, is considering that the only match he's played in... Oh, this is close. That SCV needs to be careful. Not to interrupt myself, but I got scared for that SCV. I think it's a good point to know that JYJ is a player that nobody really knows anything about either. So, considering he lost to a player that's not on the level of Hack, I think that Hack is definitely still favorite here. And Hack put up a decent fight in his group. That was actually the group that I casted solo for Code S. And in his games, he had some really interesting timings that just didn't quite get to come out because his opponents were just on the next level. They also kind of did billers that were really good against what Hack chose. But I think that his potential was not even fully realized in that group, and he's a really tough opponent. Maybe someone that people are underestimating right now.
That's also a fate that Huck had to share earlier when he was actually up against Huck against Hack in one of those games where that sealed the fate of the Evil Genius back in the days when he was still in Code A. So the problem here still is that Hack is definitely the favorite player, but he can't prepare for True. There is literally like nothing out there to prepare for this guy. He has no idea. He can watch one single game against Terran that
what he needs to do is message the Kespa's 8th team coach with a bribe of some sort. Like, can you send me some of his replays?
Yeah.
That's about all you can hope for.
Soju, kimchi, something like that. I'm still not sure if that's gonna work.
Yeah, especially not soju. That's you could get that at the convenience store for about $1. So he's not.
Yeah, true.
By the way, look at this. He's going for a fast third command center, and this is something that True is not going to be able to see. He's also seen a gas in the main, so he's gonna assume that it's just going to be a Hellion follow up. He can't really scout right now.
Could you show me the vision of Hack?
Yeah.
Because right now he sends additional scouts out, because that's what I wanted to touch upon. He's like up against an opponent where he has no information whatsoever. He's never seen this guy play. He saw one video, that's it. So he has to scout. There could anything be coming up. He doesn't know, is this a guy who likes to go for an all-in? Is this a guy who likes to play Mutalist? Does he want to go into a late game scenario?
Does he go fast and fasters? Who knows? Does he...
Third base? You have no clue.
Does he make a macro hatch a lot? You know, he's now going to get in here, but the thing is the queens are going to deny him vision of the gas. Well, actually, if he wanted to, he could have sneaked by, but he doesn't get to see it regardless.
Yeah, he doesn't get to see it. He doesn't know. But we have a macro game for True. True is now droning it up. He's not just stopping at 35, going into a Roach Warren, or maybe even then the Baneling Nest to go for a big attack and maybe an all-in. But he's just droning it up. And for Hack, this is a very good scenario because he will be able to get his third base up without a problem at all and then capitalize on a triple SCV production and a potential third base and mineral line.
True is playing the same style that we saw Stefano play in Code S, and this is actually a style that Hack struggled against. The fast upgrades, making a Roach Warren, skipping the Baneling Nest, then going into very fast infestors. Scan goes down here. This is actually a beautiful scan. This reveals everything. The gases, the Roach Warren, and the double evolution chamber. And all of these things are usually made just like this, in that one spot at the Zerg Natural. So this is a great scam by Hack at the 730 mark.
It just shows that Hack really wants to know what's going on. This is the first game between the two of them, so he needs to get those information early. But I really like the position that Hack is in now. He has time to tech.
Is he going to make a Raven or a Banshee? I think he's going to make a Raven. No, he goes Banshee, but no Cloak. That's an interesting choice. He may just make the one Banshee to control the Watchtower. There's no way he's going to be able to get any kills with it, drone-wise, without Cloak this late. But, you know, with Banshee, he can stop his opponent from having the Watchtower. He can also fly around and see if there's a 4th base, for example.
Cooper is now getting a little bit better for True, by the way. Spreading it out here, even pushing towards the potential 4th base.
Yep.
The lair tech is nearly completed. But I really like the position for Hack. I have to say it again. We have him with everything that he needs, and as soon as he has a decent harvester count, he can push out. And talking about the harvester count, we have 41 drones for True. He completely stopped droning here.
Yeah, he's starting a Baneling nest. I think he wants to just be certain what's going on. What's really cool to me about this Banshee, unless he doesn't use it at all, is that when you do a build like this, like Hack did, and you have the fast third CC, your Hellions are late, so you don't really have map control. You can't leave your Hellions around against the Lings, but the Banshee can kill Infinity Lings by itself on the map. So
what is True doing? Look at this money. He has 700, and he didn't. Yeah, he started upgrades now. He was at roughly 900 minerals.
And he's got a lot of larva, so it's not like he's missing his inject.
Not really. He has 9.
Well, I mean, he has it available. I don't mean he's got like a lot of larva. He's just not using it yet.
He's getting Zerglings now. Is he trying to head a +1 timing here and go in with Banelings? But the siege tech is too far advanced to make that work.
Yeah, I don't think that's what he's got planned, but it's the only thing that really makes sense based on what he's done. When you look at the normal pattern of things, I mean, he made 37 Lings, 45 Lings now.
I mean, I don't think that makes a lot of sense what he's currently doing.
Yeah, I don't really... I mean, the thing is, he already knows there's no 3rd base. If the 3rd base were landed, like, really greedily right now, and he didn't have siege tanks over there, and he saw that with an Overlord, maybe this would make sense. Right now, he already sees there's no base there.
He's still behind Harvesters, heavily.
Yeah.
As a Zerg player with a 3-base economy, he's currently looking at 52 Harvesters,
with
now
a macro
55.
hash going down now, but, I mean...
And there is no advanced tech. He completed Lair, but the only thing that he goes for are Baneling speed and +2/+2.
Yeah, he's just going to hit a massive Baneling attack, but against the tanks that are already out, he's got siege mode.
The problem is there's only one tank.
Yeah, he didn't make any more. He only has one. It has siege mode, but... Ooh, this could actually work really well.
That should work,
It shouldn't, though. Yeah, but this is kind of weird, man.
If that actually works.
He's got Banelings coming from 2 sides potentially. He's got these up here at the north, and he's got a group to the south as well.
That move I like. I like that he splits them so well.
But look at this. He's going to actually hit these Banelings right as they're finishing. He should be able to split against them.
Now he is. The Zerglings have been spotted.
And he should just be able to split against these.
Yeah, and he does. He splits well. Here come the Zerglings in, though.
Disastrous. Now he's
just get destroyed here.
That was ownage, but at the 3rd base there is an attack. He will have to lift that.
3rd base to the right side, he has to lift, yes, but he knows what's going on. How many siege tanks does he have right now? Still, that's 2.
Combat shield's about to finish.
Target, and there we go.
And the Banelings going to roll in. 1 survives, and actually 1 more shot.
Does he scan though? There are 2 burrowed Banelings, and they could do a massive amount of damage.
Yeah, but the way he's placed them, I don't think the units are going to walk on top of that. It's still scary. He's going to have to use a scanner to land the 3rd base. Hack has such an advantage in map control and army right now. He can just be on the map like this and pick up. He knows there's no mutas. He's like, well, if you made that many Banelings, guess what? You don't have mutas.
Yeah, and right now, actually, he doesn't really have a chance. He's trying to transition, but the economy for Hack is... Look, it's
69 to 56 harvesters.
Exactly, it's 70 to 56, and now we have 15 harvesters for True being built, so now he's trying to drone up, but he is so far behind already.
See how those Banelings are? He's either going to walk to the left of them or he's going to walk to the right of them. They're just not really in a good place. They could come into play later, but...
Okay, this is... I mean, now Hack is in a spot where he can decide at the pace of the game. He can decide what to do. His opponent is taking into Hive, but the advantage for Hack here is crazy. In a ZVT, being a 25 supply ahead of your opponent at the 14-minute mark, having a great tech and also 3 bases, nearly better economy. This is something that you don't experience all too often.
Yeah, it's quite a rarity. 4th base for True is up now. But Hack's not going to let that stick around much longer. I think he's going to move out with a 2-2 timing, try to just take map control and put some direct pressure onto his opponent. There's a lot of banelings out for True right now. He made 19 more, but they're just not useful unless he can connect, which just seems extremely unlikely. Hack is not even on his creep. If he tries to be aggressive with the banelings, that's not going to work.
The only thing that I don't want to see happening is Hack waiting too long. I feel that he can be a little more aggressive. True, with all the drones that he's building another 13. He's going to be up at 90, but he really has only Zerglings and Banelings. So with good upgrades, Hack will have a massive army.
Oh, those Banelings, he's not even using them!
Yeah, because he doesn't.
Well,
he will.
He stepped on them twice now. Okay, he needs to use them. Okay, there we go. Still, though,
Didn't kill as much as he hoped for.
I mean, that's one small step for True, but nothing for Mankind coming out of that one. Stand there on the Banes.
Well, Mankind lost a few Marines, but that's it. The rest of them are still alive. +3/+3 is something that Hack really needs. And he has the attack upgrade, couldn't afford the armor upgrade yet. The one thing that I really like for True is his upgrades. His upgrades are good, the creep spread is decent, and he's trying his best to get back into this game, but Hack is not going to make it easy. The problem for True really is that we don't have a lot of late game units for him. Yep. He doesn't even have infestors.
No, he has an infestation pit, and I'm like 90% sure he got passive plans. He just hasn't made any investors. He's in ST mode right now. This army was trapped with rocks, but not capitalizing. He's going to go for a counterattack at the 3rd, where right now there's only 1 siege tank, but he does have double bunker.
Right side of the map, there we go, and in the middle of the map as well. Everywhere those Zerglings are trying to stream in to the 3rd. There was nothing lost, if I saw that correctly.
No, yeah, he actually killed like 2 harvesters because Hack didn't target down with the siege tank, but he didn't target with his banelings, so his banelings blew up on the command center. This is not enough what True is doing here. If Hack gets those +3/+3, if there's not a big sandwich... the investors, you know? I mean, he's got the pathogen glands upgrade.
He didn't even have the gas. He only had 5 gas the entire time. He didn't get the gas at his 3rd base. He's now getting those additional bases.
Yeah, but he has 30 banelings, you know? I'd like to see some infestors instead. Instead of 30 banelings.
He needs a sick sandwich. And he's trying to set it up.
Yeah, but I think Hack just has way too much here, and he can't even approach. He doesn't even know how to at this point. He goes for potentially a counterattack, but
those banelings just look lost on the map.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, Hack has starports going up because he's scared of potential blue lords popping out of nowhere.
But it's a really sick army that he has. So, well, if those banelings get into position, I mean, look at it. The Terran player is trapped between those 2 forces, but he can put aggression onto the 4th, and the 4th is most likely to die. Even more banelings are being built. 36, gonna get another 5.
He needs more tanks, Hack does. He can't get tanks over to his army right now.
Oh, that Banshee is so important here.
Yeah, he sees this. He could even go for the banelings with the Banshee.
+3/+3 is soon to be done if True waits this long.
Hack has a great free split set up here. In fact, if he wanted to,
he could walk down and take them out.
He could. What he could do is unsiege and pick up everything with this many medevacs. Oh my god, he's like reading my mind. Look at this. He just picks up everything. That's what I was thinking. I was like, there's one way out of this actually, Hack.
Yeah.
You have enough medevacs here. You could actually just pick up and go.
He takes the 4th out and he's out there and he's like, na.
He just picks him up.
You can sandwich yourself now.
He just picks him up and gets out. Great ingenuity here. And now 24 more banelings. You know who True reminds me of right now is Hyun. The old days of Hyun, where he's just like, well, I don't know, I'm just going to make banelings only and see what happens.
Where Hyun has those sick baneling all-ins, and it's like, okay, I gamble. If he has siege tanks, I've lost. If he doesn't have siege tanks, I've won with flying colors.
He takes this to the next level with all these banes. That hatchery, 17 hit points, but he can just...
There should be a 2nd drop, or at least, is the Banshee still alive? Let me have a quick look. No, the Banshee has been killed.
He has right now 126 lings, 136, excuse me, just made a few more, and 63 banelings. He has 199 lings and banelings together on the map with 83 drones. He's starting to stack up some larvae, but Hack is like not even sure how to advance on the map. He's got 2k. He doesn't know how to attack.
That's the thing. He doesn't really go for it. He could be a lot more aggressive.
That was a 6 save on the hatch. He transfuses it up to nearly 1,200. This is something that Hack does not expect right now with these drops, probably. This game It just feels weird.
You know what also like is really finally, thank God, he's building another tech structure. He's banking on only Zerglings. You know how much lava he has? 22. What is that? What is he gonna do with 22 lava when this fight occurs and he suddenly loses his army? Rebuild his
44
Zerglings?
Zerglings? He's making 18 of them right now. No, he's actually he's like, no, I'll make those lings now, Kaldor. 22 lings on the way. This is actually one of the hardest games I have ever had to watch.
It's like,
I gotta say.
he has this sick bank. He could actually reinforce with the Zerglings and just build 200 of them. He has the money for it, but he just doesn't have the lava.
He's gonna have to be careful here in the main. He's like, I know the answer. He makes like 4 more bans. I'm like, no. Make some infestors. Like, you're gonna need those, I promise.
He has a sick bank.
He doesn't activate his banelings here. Hack should be able to get the hatchery if he targets. 1 transfuse. Close.
Hack has to be careful. He does not have money. He's using it to get additional orbitals now, so that he can trade SCVs for mules. But still, this... You know, the thing is, 2 can actually win this.
Yeah, and Hack can be down his supply quite massively, and he goes for an attack here. But remember, there's no bank, or there's no larva to spend the bank on, as you said, so... He makes 62 more
At the
lings.
third base, bottom right, there's suddenly a big fight.
There we go. He lifts the CC.
He lifts the CC, and so many banelings are already gone. The Zerglings are still there, trying to do damage, but the Marines with the +3/+3 are moving in. Both are losing a lot here, but the bank is still true for the Zerg player.
Wow, and he knocks down all those Marines, getting some really good baneling hits here.
This is exactly what I said. He has the bank.
But why isn't he making infestors and corruptors and getting ready to transition in tech? He made like 80 Zerglings. Like 80 more Zerglings. That's not going to work against this many bunkers and this many siege tanks and 3/3 Marines.
I actually disagree. The only problem that he has is that he is still lacking with his eject. He has 7 lava. That's all. And look at, he just had 5,000 minerals. He's building 46 banelings. He's going to have 68.
Yeah, you know, there's only 8 siege tanks out right now. I thought there were more.
Hack played this a little bit too passive after he had this early lead. And now he's in a position where he can still win, but he is under so much pressure, and he didn't need to be.
There's a lot of siege tanks here, and he does not actually fight with all of his lings together, but the planetary is going to go down, and Hack is starting to fall further and further behind, and now making lings starts to make a little bit more sense to me because he's got no forward position when the planetary lost way too many siege tanks.
I mean, True is not trading cost efficiently here, not at all. He is 7,000 resources down already, but the unit composition that he uses, he can get away with it. He is just reinforcing with Zerglings and Banelings, and for some... This is exactly the point now where he doesn't have the lava. He's at 160 supply, he could be at 200 already, but he's missing the injects, he doesn't have enough macro hatches for the style that he plays. Maybe Hack can do something, but Hack is in serious trouble as he doesn't have the minerals.
And now they're corruptors, so he can't keep doing this with his medevacs, or eventually they're just going to die.
I cannot believe that Hack isn't suddenly in this position.
I mean, this is, like I said, this is one of the most difficult games I've ever had to watch. The drop goes to the main base here. The corruptors are here, but he needs the banelings together, and this is actually going to get totally crushed. He lifts up, and the corruptors go in, start to kill these medevacs. Hack does a smart choice. He pulls one of the empty medevacs back to save the rest, doing something very utilitarian there. And now,
look at this minimap, bro. The entire map is in creep. Why did Hack allow this? He had the position to tell the Zerg player, you know what? No.
Yeah,
go back home.
I couldn't tell you, man. This is just not this normal player to see out of Hack. He's normally much more aggressive, much more map aware. Now he's desperate. He doesn't have enough units to defend his base now, so he's forward. And if True wanted to, he could send 1/4 of his Infinity Lings that he has to kill the command center. Now he's going with Broodlords, and Hack just does not have enough.
They are the Broodlords, and they are the big problem right now. If he was only Lings and Banelings at this point, then he could deal with it. Here come those few Vikings that he has. He's pushing them back for now. He's still trading not too bad, and True is losing his resources that he has. He had so many of them backed up, but with good splits, Hack could come back into this. And he's doing a decent job here, splitting his Marines. He still has bunkers active.
Yeah,
there are no more siege tanks
the Lings now are just overwhelming him, and he doesn't have money anymore.
Yeah, but still, with those... with Medivac and +3/3 Marines will do a lot against Zerglings. That is going to work very well.
Yeah, he just needs to get him over there, you know, and now he's losing more mining again, and the gas bank for True is insane here.
Yeah, but the minerals are gone.
Yeah. I just feel like Hack, he just can't mine anymore.
No, Hack is losing a lot now.
Yeah, he's getting trashed at this moment in time. Like, like you said, the Lings are never going to want to fight against the Marines, but he just doesn't have enough Marines. There's more Banelings than Marines.
True is playing a style where he just tries to overwhelm his opponent with sheer numbers, Zerg style. Here's the GG.
What a weird game we just saw.
True in the late game, what he definitely messed up was his injects. He never had enough lava to reinforce. He could have won this game a lot earlier, but the same has to be said for Hack. Hack made a lot of mistakes after he had this early lead. He was in a position where he could have started to pressure True and to force the Zerg player into a very defensive position, and he never really did it. He did not force the creep back. He had 3 bases early on. He had a much better economy at True, but he missed his timing, he missed his window, and then True built up a massive amount of resources that he could use to just send in Zerglings and Banelings. And True played the most inefficient game when it came down to the use of resources, but because his economy later on was so much better than Hack's, he could without a problem get away with it.
His creep and his base defense really allowed this. Because he didn't have any mutas, drop play, or he didn't even have investors, but drop play was quite strong. But with 120 Zerglings, as long as you're paying attention and as long as you keep your bases actively watched, you're not going to lose hatcheries. He saved the hatchery at the top so many times, which I think is really important to note, because with that hatchery, that's the income that he kept relying on, where he had over his opponent. Hack could never really move across the map by ground with that many Lings and that much creep spread. He waited too long, like you said.
I feel that we can say that we can go for the same analogy that we used earlier. This wasn't a game that True won, this was a game that Hack lost.
Yes.
Because this should not have worked after this initial attack. True was playing a game where he was trying to play on low eco into a very strong attack from 3 bases that was completely crushed, didn't do damage at all, and Hack was completely outmacroed his opponent at this point, but did never attack run with a disadvantage, and True was just sitting there patiently and getting all the tools ready that he needed to take the game from Hack, who was just too passive in the game. Very weird game, very back and forth, entertaining, but a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
And from this first win for True, we are going into game number 2 on GSL Icarus.